preferring to live stream the meeting. वो अभी से करके रख देते हैं, एंड मूवमेंट पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए, तो उस पर डाल देते हैं ना वेबसाइट उस पर। सॉरी सर, वो म्यूट पे चला गया था। हेलो सर, वो वेबसाइट पे उस पर पावर पॉइंट पे डाल देते हैं कि वेबिनार विल स्टार्ट एट 10:30, है ना, और वो यूट्यूब पे ऑन हो गया था। टेंशन टेंशन रिलीज हो गया यार। ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच। ठीक, बोलिए। चलो ठीक है, मैं करता हूँ, अभी करता हूँ। ओके, हेलो सर, वेलकम। श्योर, I'll do that, ओके। पौने 10, पौने 10।
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Lagral sir, Gita madam, Anjal sir.
Hello.
Bas- Everyone, good morning. Okay.
Kriti ma'am,
Sir,
good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग गीता अंजल सर लकड़ा सर वो बीच में ना म्यूट किया कीजिए मतलब काफी लोग
जी
आवाज करते हैं
जी जी जी।
तो जो स्पीकर को मैंने बोल दिया वो अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर लेंगे जिसको
जी जी,
बात करना हम लोग अनम्यूट कर लेंगे
ठीक
थैंक
है।
यू
Morning, Lakrawala sir. Good morning,
मॉर्निंग,
Rajesh.
कैसे हो आप?
I'm fine, sir. What about you people?
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट चल रहा
We are very happy to see that one by one we are doing the webinar.
है।
Something we feel that we have achieved.
करेक्ट
Like
करेक्ट
this,
करेक्ट।
we were thinking we are in the loss, so all colleges are conducting so many webinar and we are not doing anything.
राइट राइट।
And thank you to you and Rajesh sir and Hemant sir, especially taking the initiative, sir.
थैंक यू सर
Good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग
Good morning, Rajesh sir. Good morning, Geeta ma'am.
Morning, sir. Lakrawala sir, there is a good news to share. Hemant sir ने कल half century complete की. His birthday was yesterday. 50
अरे
years complete.
सर मुबारक।
Thank you. Thank you.
तो द फर्स्ट
सर 5 लेयर केक बनना मांगता है, 5 लेयर केक।
या द फर्स्ट सेलिब्रेशन ऑन रीओपनिंग हेमंत सर
यस यस।
Acha, Rajesh sir,
हाँ
we have to be perfect on dot today because sir has to go. Thai sir,
यस
principal sir has
यस
to go for meeting.
So no
So
issue, we can
we
begin.
are
हाँ.
starting dot on 10:30.
Yeah,
Okay.
let them join. We the other participants we can start, sir. We are
Yeah.
having message sent to all.
राजेश सर आपको भी को होस्ट बना दिया, हेमंत सर आपको भी बनाया को होस्ट।
Okay, thank you. This virtual teaching is very interesting. I found. Some people are teaching drawing online. Even singing classes are conducted online now by our
योगा
mentors.
योगा भी सिखाते हैं।
Yeah, everything is being taught online now.
मजा आएगा अभी। न्यू एक्सपीरियंस फॉर अस।
But for school kids, it is a torture because parents have to see everything and
यस,
record and then make them to learn.
करेक्ट। और 3 बच्चे हैं तो तीनों के चल रहा है, सोचो।
ये
I'll just come.
today in a question answer session, the participant can directly ask to the resource person, or they have to send it.
Actually, if we make them ask, then everyone gets unmuted and every sounds comes from
Like,
everyone's. So that is not very difficult. Chaos create hota hai. So we shall take in chat box, and some the faculties can ask by getting unmuted of Anju.
so definitely you are going to do that, no? Then.
I'll read the queries, and our faculties can ask directly unmuting themselves. No issue. Anjuman's
Okay.
faculties and those who are on Zoom. Because otherwise, too, the YouTube people cannot ask. They can only write on YouTube. We have to read that.
Okay. How many participants we are expected today?
Entirely on three groups, we have more up to 300, and on I think on the Telegram also we have more. Even our Anjuman group we have posted to up to 500 we can expect. Even more. Let's see. Active are more than 350 now.
Who will do the recitation of Quran today?
Hussein Ali, I have talked to him. He's there. He'll be there now. That day उसका problem था कुछ माइक का.
अच्छा, okay.
बात किया मैंने उससे. आज आएंगे सर. लखनऊ से कहाँ के? She should allow in people now they're waiting on.
जी सर. जी सर. सब इन है सर. सब इन हो गए. सब इन. जी.
aloha, all the best. So we WhatsApp में चल रहा है. देखिए, we all are in now. You sometimes have to shout this stuff because the principal ने आज ना उनका अंजुमन का मीटिंग है 98 इंस्टीट्यूशन का. तो we'll address that and move. है ना? Why principal? Yeah, join कर. हाँ अभी नहीं बस Zoom में आ जाओ. Yeah, please come. Okay. Hello.
Good morning, Rajesh. फीडबैक फॉर्म बनाया है इसका प्रेसिडेंट से.
Hi Raju, good morning.
Good morning, Salim sir.
सलीम सर गुड मॉर्निंग. आप म्यूट है सर, अनम्यूट कीजिए ना.
Good morning
Good
Raju.
morning. Yeah, in the morning I was calling you. आपका फोन नहीं लग रहा था actually.
अच्छा,
How are you? How is your health?
I got your message. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, going good, sir.
Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, madam?
I'm fine, sir. Nice to see you.
Same here, same here.
How's your health?
Health also, mashallah, good.
About your PhD?
PhD, last 2 chapters I'm finalizing.
You
I've
got
lost spirit because of lockdown now. I've lost the spirit. But then I'm doing slowly. As soon as the university opens, inshallah, I will submit.
Amen.
How's everybody at home?
Allah fine with the blessing of God, sir.
Good morning, Arif sir. Adab. Welcome all the participants to.
Arif bhai, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम. क्या हाल है? खैरियत से?
दुआ है आपकी. अल्लाह
मैं यार बहुत दिनों के बाद आप नजर आए.
अरे भाई मेरे को कोई छोटे लोग को पूछता ही नहीं है. क्या करें?
सबसे बड़े तो आप ही है.
अस्तगफिरुल्लाह. नहीं है मेरा भाई.
तो आप है.
छोटा आदमी हो यार, छोटा आदमी हो.
खिलाड़ी आप है भाई.
अरे नहीं भाई, खाई का खिलाड़ी यार. रिटायर्ड हर्ट हूँ मैं.
और कैसे हैं?
और सब आफियत है. घर में सब अच्छे हैं.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, अल्लाह का एहसान है.
चलिए, अल्लाह का शुक्र है. अल्लाह का एहसान.
आपका जोगेश्वरी क्या हालचाल है?
हाँ, थोड़ा सा अंधेरी वेस्ट और जोगेश्वरी में अभी केसेस बढ़े थे, लेकिन अभी कंट्रोल में है. अभी अल्लाह का शुक्र है. मलाड वगैरह साइड में
मामला करे.
आमीन. मलाड वगैरह साइड में जरा गड़बड़ है यार. मलाड मालूम नहीं.
वही है जो अभी देखो यहाँ भिवंडी हॉट स्पॉट हो गया. मालेगांव खत्म हो गया.
भिवंडी वही पेपर लेके बैठा था.
भिवंडी को दे ना 15 दिन का लॉकडाउन कड़क.
अरे बाप रे. भिवंडी है, मुमरा है, ये सब नहीं है. ऐसा है.
हमारे यहाँ तो पूरा ये इधर खत्म हो गया है.
कहाँ पर? साउथ बॉम्बे में अभी. हाँ, साउथ
मालेगांव आ गया हूँ मैं जो है.
तो मालेगांव में हो? अरे वाह मेरे
और
बुजुर्ग,
क्या जो
माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह यार।
23 तारीख को ही मैं आ गया था, मम्मी की तबीयत खराब थी तो परमिशन लेके चला गया मैं फिर।
अच्छा 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 अच्छा।
हाँ,
ओके
वो
ओके।
अकेले थे ना यहाँ जो है।
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
हाँ,
चलो, बहुत अच्छा बहुत अच्छा। मालेगांव में सब आफियत है?
अल्लाह का एहसान है, करम है। आप यहाँ अगर देखोगे तो बोलेगे मालेगांव में तो लॉकडाउन है ही नहीं है,
अरे भाई, मैं हमारी हमारे इस्माइल भाई जो गाड़ी चलाते
सब
ना,
चालू है जो है।
हमारे इस्माइल भाई की पूरी जमात फंसी हुई थी मालेगांव में।
Salim sir, you just
हाँ, क्या
correct the
बात कर रहे थे?
position of video. You are not visible.
आई एम नॉट
Salim,
विजिबल
no,
वन।
no. We are getting a
अभी तो
picture.
यहीं पर ही है वो लोग।
यहाँ से आपका दीदार नहीं हो रहा।
हाँ.
वन मिनट दिया। स्टार्ट स्टार्ट वीडियो ना।
गुड मॉर्निंग कशिश।
Good morning, Arif sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग। मॉर्निंग स्मिता
कैन
मैम।
यू सी मी नाउ
मॉर्निंग
आगे?
ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट्स। हाँ सर। Good morning, Dr. Surinder sir. He has joined with us. Good morning. Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Welcome. Welcome.
Point sir.
Salam Hussain.
I think now the participants can be allowed. I think.
Yeah. I told Raj sir, allow them.
ऑल आर इन सर, वेटिंग रूम में कोई नहीं है।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम हुसैन सर।
वालेकुम सलाम।
क्या हाल चाल है? खैरियत है?
हाँ ठीक है।
जरा सेमिनार के बाद में छोटे लोग को फोन कर दो जरा।
हाँ।
Morning, Kirti sir.
Good morning, madam.
Morning Kirti sir.
Good morning. Good morning, doctor Saib.
उजाला आ रहा है।
गुड मॉर्निंग कीर्ति।
Good morning, sir. Good
How are
morning,
you?
Arif sir. Fine, sir. Fine. How are you? Good morning, Hussain sir.
नहीं ज्ञान दीजिए।
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Eman sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Smita ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very good morning. Hello, Salim sir. Kirti
गुड
sir.
मॉर्निंग।
Hello. Good morning, madam. Yes.
हेमंत सर का बर्थडे कैसा हुआ? बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट किया कि नहीं सर?
मत जा।
Salim sir, how are you?
आई एम
So please unmute Hemant sir. Unmute yourself. Sound was coming na, so I.
No problem.
Yeah.
Rajesh sir,
हाँ बोलो
sir, how I'll share my PPT, sir?
हाँ यू कैन शेयर है ना उसमें क्या बोलते हैं अपना
At this moment, screen sharing is not being allowed.
अच्छा 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 तो I make you host. I asked Lagwala sir.
Done, sir. Done.
Yeah, please make sir host so that he can share
Okay,
PPT. Okay, done sir. Thank you. Yeah, please check out Surinder sir. Please check out if you can.
I just check it.
Yes, sir.
हाँ check it up well, if you can.
Visible, sir?
Yes. Done. Visible. Okay. Visible it is.
Perfect.
कहाँ बिछाए थे इतना गुल यार केगा कमरा है कहाँ पे अरसद का है कहाँ हैं हाँ
Temperature is sir has come.
I think not yet.
That is coming in 2 minutes.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
We all are fine, sir. What about you?
I'm also fine. If you are fine.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Shall we start, sir?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम. क्या हाल है?
Alhamdulillah, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Fine, sir. Alhamdulillah.
Good morning, Tahir sir. Shall we start now?
Yes, yes. Why not?
Yeah. Lakadala sir, kindly unmute all of us.
Okay. सबको अनम्यूट करूं?
सबको म्यूट कर दो सर, मैं अनम्यूट कर दूं.
Okay.
सबको mute करिए.
A very good morning to our principal, Mohammad Tahir sir, today's resource person, Dr. Surinder Singh Nehra sir, and all my participant colleagues. I, Hemant Kumar, Coordinator, Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Upper Social College, welcome all of you for today's webinar on the economic impact of COVID-19, a topic which is discussed the most as on date. Today's economic situation looks very gloomy, but nothing is permanent except change. Ideas get generated in such meetings, webinars I should add, and brainstorming sessions. I'm sure today's session will definitely focus on various steps needed to revive our economy and generate a more positive outlook by the end of today's session. I now invite my colleague, Professor Hussain Ali, for the recitation of Holy Quran. Over to Hussain Ali.
Hussain, sir. हाँ हुसैन सर.
सर अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने आप.
अनम्यूट कीजिए प्लीज. रिसाइट कुरान. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. अनम्यूट कीजिए प्लीज. रिसाइट कुरान. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العظيم. Hemant sir. Hemant sir. Hemant sir.
Rajesh sir, you continue, no?
Yeah, you can.
हाँ, if he is not some net का issue होगा ना. You continue.
Hussain sir, thank you. Now, may I request our principal sir, Mohammad Tahir sir, to please raise the occasion and address the participants. Right, sir. Thank you.
Good morning to all the participants. Am I audible now? Am I?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. You are
Okay.
audible.
Good morning.
Right, sir. Please unmute कीजिए.
Hello.
हाँ, sir. You are audible now.
Okay.
Right, sir.
तो वापस आपका म्यूट हो गया है.
हाँ
Unmute कीजिए. हाँ, ताई sir आप.
On behalf of the in charge of the college, Janab Mustaq Antule Sahab, the senior vice president, on behalf of my teachers, and as I used to say, that on behalf of the Anjuman-e-Islam's 97 institutions and 110,000 students, I welcome all the participants for today's webinar on the economic impact post COVID-19. Please mute yourself, please. Friends, on behalf of all of us, I welcome today's learned speaker or resource person, Dr. Surendra Saab, Nehra Saab, who has kindly agreed to address the gathering of today's webinar. Friends, the topic is very important and very relevant in today's situation, that is economic impact on the Indian economy post COVID-19. Friends, you will learn a lot during the webinar, but I will say which I would like to state something which I understood because of this impact of coronavirus pandemic. Friends, economic impact of the 2020 coronavirus impact in India has been largely disruptive. India's growth rate.
Hello.
Hello.
हाँ sir बोलिए.
India's growth in the fourth quarter of the fiscal year 2020 went down to 3.1%. Statistics given by the Ministry of Statistics. Within a month, unemployment rose from 6.7% on 15th March to 26% on 19th April. During the lockdown, an estimated 14 crore people lost employment, while salaries were cut for many others. Not only that, supply chains have put under stress with the lockdown restrictions in place. Friends, many people have lost their lives. Major companies like L&T, Rail, Tatas and many more, these companies have suspended either temporarily or reduced significantly their operations. The government of India has announced a variety of measures to tackle the situation, from food security and extra funds for healthcare and for the states, but that is not sufficient, friends. Friends, in agriculture sector, if you look at 10% of farmers could not harvest their crop in the past month, and 60% who did harvest reported yield loss, which will be carried forward in the next season. all of us are aware that the migrant workers and the labor force, they have left their workplaces. Now again, the problem will be faced by the industry, by the manufacturing units. And as I feel, maybe because I am not an economist, you will learn a lot about that. I feel that the worst affected section or the sector is the tourism. If tourism is affected, simultaneously the other allied services like hotels, like transportation, and so many things will be affected. So these are some of the my observations and about the economic impact on Indian economy. There are so many impacts you will learn when you will interact with the today's learned speakers, because as you all know that I cannot continue with the meeting because I have another meeting with the management after 15 minutes or so. So once again, on behalf of Anjuman Islam, I welcome you all. On my personal behalf, I welcome today's speaker and all the participants across the country. I would like to say something because most of the participants are common actually, but some are new also. And as an ambassador of our institutes, it is my moral duty to tell the people what अंजुमन is doing actually. नेहरा सर, आप हमारे साथ आए, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. And you know, Anjuman Islam has established 1 year before the Indian National Congress. Today we have completed 147 years or so. Simultaneously, our college has completed 50 years last year. Anjuman Islam has started with a simple Urdu medium school for girls, and it has risen up to 97 different institutes, including engineering colleges, polytechnic, architecture, commerce college, PG, research. Means from KG to PG and beyond, means you just you just name and we have, whether it's engineering college, medical college, schools, and so many with 1,10,000 students. Out of these, Nera sir, 40,000 are girls, and for the to provide the quality education for the poor girls, Anjuman has 2 orphanages for the girls, one in Mumbai and other is in Pune. Friends, Anjuman is serving the community like anything. So it is our moral responsibility to introduce our mother institution in a nice way. Therefore, people could understand what Anjuman is doing for the community. Even during this lockdown period, this crisis, continuously Anjuman, trustees, students, alumni, teachers, they are working in different capacities, whether it is relief fund, whether it is helping the people, talking to people. We are contacting the students just to find out their well-being, say hello, hi to a student, and it has an impact because during lockdown period, many people have lost their their loved ones. So it is our moral responsibility or moral duty to just to speak them, say some good words. Therefore, their mental status will be improved. Therefore, friends, Anjuman is doing in all the sectors, whether it is state level activities, country, national activities, relief work. Anjuman सबसे आगे रहती है. Anyway, friends, this is a dark age we call it as, but हर रात के बाद, हर काली रात के बाद बहुत अच्छा सवेरा होता है. Don't lose hopes. Things will be in a good way. जो कमजोर होते हैं वही चिल्लाते हैं, वही रोते हैं. जो we are not like that, we are optimistic and definitely will come out this situation and improve. It will improve the India's economy post COVID-19. So once again, on behalf of my teachers, on teaching staff, my personal behalf, on behalf of my management, I once again welcome our today's resource person, Dr. Surendra Nehra Sahab, and all the participants across in the country. And I hope that you will definitely enjoy the session. You will learn a lot. And if time permits in between, I may join you because I have another meeting with the management at 11 o'clock. So once again, I welcome you all and wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, principal sir. Thank you for your motivational address. Now I request our economics department head of HOD, Dr. Rajesh Boyde, to kindly introduce today's resource person, Dr. Surinder Singh Mehta. Over to you, Dr. Rajesh Boyde.
Hemant sir, thank you. It gives me great pleasure and I feel happy to introduce today's guest with us, Dr. Singh Nehra. Sir is Assistant Professor in Economics in the Department of HSS in the Institute LNM, Information Technology, Deemed University, Jaipur. Sir is MA SET-NET as well as doctorate. Exclusively, he has studied on the ex-army men and the social security. He has been teaching to the faculties of Commerce, MA, MBA, and even the students of BTech. Number of papers sir has presented in various conferences and seminars. He has been resource person to various places. One textbook with his name, which is published by GB Books, the title is Globalization, Social Security, and the Indian Armed Force. Sir has been writing study material for the Indira International Distance Education Academy, Pune, and he is a member of various economic associations and the forum. So, sir, we welcome you in our Anjumul Islam's AP College on behalf of all. Welcome you again, and I'm sure that we shall enrich ourselves with economic angles affecting Indian economy today. So, thank you very much to be with us. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. Now I request our today's resource person, Dr. Surinder Singh Nehra sir. We all are eager to listen to you. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you, Hemant sir. I'm privileged to be a part of Anjuman Karam's Islam's Akbar Bhai Pir Bhai College also. Thank you, Mohammed sir. Thank you, Hemant sir. Thank you, Hussain sir. Thank you, Rajesh sir, for inviting me and for your kind words. Okay. Your institution has a very rich history. In fact, I'll say it has a very rich legacy. I happen to be a part of a college in Pune, Abeda Inamdar, and I'm being aware of a Pune college which is being run by your Anjuman Karam Islam Society. If I'm not wrong. Okay. So I feel privileged and again feeling connected with the institution. So without taking much of the time, I'll start with my session. So today's session is being on economic impact of COVID-19. And the layout of the session will be following. Initially, we'll be talking about the global scenario, the economic scenario basically, and then how COVID has mixed into the global economic scenario. Then we know that it has pulled all the economies into a recession. So why this recession is being to be a unique all over the world, from where it has came from, then how India is being related with this recession. Do we say it is a recession or a slowdown? That will also discuss about it. What is the state of Indian economy in current time and what it was being earlier? Then what steps we have taken in the current time to control the pandemic and what economic dimension it has. Then we'll look at the impact of COVID-19 on the lives of individuals, obviously in economic sense, onto the economy, the economic indicators, the external sectors, so on, and what till so far government has done to control the economy or to revive the economy, as well as obviously the efforts are being interlinked with the COVID-19, and what needs to be more to be done, okay, in a suggestive way. That's how the flow of talk will be there. Before I'll start, long back somewhere in 17th century, a noted economist, Malthus, he gave a theory related with the population, and his theory is known as Malthusian theory of population. He wrote it into that particular theory that population always increases in a geometric fashion, whereas the resources, maybe say the agriculture production or any other type of a production, it increases or it changes in terms of a arithmetic fashion. That the population rises, okay, in a faster pace, whereas the production rises in a slower pace. They cannot match with each other. Now, Malthus wrote also one more thing, what he has seen the future while writing it, that whenever the human beings they are going to interfere into the nature is going to retaliate. Man cannot control the population, but nature can control the population. If you connect today's the crisis, the health crisis, which we find in the entire world, somewhere it is being connected with that theory also, because we try to interfere into the nature, and the nature has retaliated back. It is being causing the death of the people. It's been creating a threat to the humanity over there. One dimension. Second dimension is, if you look at the present world, then the present world is being globalized. Globalization, we know that the entire world is being connected with each other, and this process has been accelerated after 1990s with the connection of technology, with the faster development of the transportation, the economic linkages, the financial linkages, the movement of labor from one country to another, and the entire world is being globalized. Now, in this globalization time, whatever happens in one nation, the other nation is going to be affected. Like as we have seen it, the crisis of 2008, which has started in US, but it has slowly, or you can say gradually, it has affected the entire world. And the world has not been able to come up from this particular crisis till so far. And in the meanwhile, we got into the another crisis where we do not have any idea how to deal with this particular type of a challenge. And this challenge is being entirely different for the policy makers, because we cannot make can just have an estimate of it, how deeply it is going to affect the humanity, economy, and the economy will be able to come up from these crises. No one has a particular answer. So the previous crisis of the lower economic growth visible in the global scenario, the trade war between China and USA, the financial crisis, high debts in the economies like Japan, it was being well understood, but we cannot understand the today's crisis, in our limited wisdom over there. So if we look at the past history of the pandemic as being everyone aware of the disease which is being spread to the majority part of the world, which doesn't know the geographical boundaries over there. So the Spanish flu was being considered as to be the one of the pandemic in 1918. And after exactly more than 100 years, another pandemic has come up into the world, which we know COVID-19 over there. And this is being said to be the costliest pandemic in the recent history. In fact, it is being considered as to be a black swan event. And the world is having a, you can say, feature that in every 100 years there will be some sort of a crisis which is going to create a dent into all over the world over there. Now we know from where this crisis has started. So we know that it has an origin in Asia, particularly in China. And later on, due to the linkages of globalization, due to the movement of people from one nation to another, due to the trade linkages, due to the transportation, it has all spread to the other countries. However, the information has reached late. Therefore, the countries could not be able to act. They could not sense it, what type of crisis it is, and how they have to stop it over there. Not only, the disease has spread, but equally it has also affected, which is known as a supply chain. So it is not just a threat to the human beings in terms of a disease, but it is also threat to the entire world in terms of a supply chain shock over there. So what has affected the Chinese economy, it has also affected the entire world. Prior to this, one can sense out it. Now we know that China is being to be the second largest economy of the world. After the US, it's somewhere $13 trillion economy, and followed by Japan. So we were being expecting that the next economic crisis will stream from China. But the economic crisis will stream from China in the form of a pandemic. No one has even a thought about it. Because now China, that it has a role in the entire global scenario. It is a manufacturing hub. okay, where the sourcing has been done for manufacturing purpose, and the companies has a common place from where the things are being manufactured and it is being supplied to all over the world. Okay, even though you do not buy a finished product from them, then surely the world is being buying the at least the raw material from them. Okay, so in this present scenario, what does the IMF says, okay, about the world economy? Now, see, the cost of pandemic cannot be understood with any number, because we cannot, okay, have any number with reference to that how much it's going to cost. But yes, in economics, we say that everything has its own opportunity cost. Okay, if we choose one alternative, the other alternative is being sacrificed. Say, to give you a simple example, if you are listening to my talk, okay, then you are being missing out some other talk at this moment. That is something called as to be the opportunity cost over there. Okay, so the economists can say what GDP was being to be there, what numbers could come, and what is not going to come now. So what we are being going to sacrifice. So what will say the current the forecast and the earlier forecast, the difference between these two, it is going to be the economic loss for the nations. Okay, so that's how we can understand it. So the virus which has started from China spread to Asia and the world. Okay, prior to this one, the world was being thinking that we'll be able to make a recovery in 2020. Okay, after the 2008 crisis. And in January, when IMF has published the data, it has said that Asian economy is going to be hit by this, okay, the pandemic, the COVID-19, and the world GDP growth will be somewhere contracted to 0.2%. However, okay, this was being to be the January's forecast, but at that time it was not being known that it will spread to almost all the 204 or 5 nations in the entire world over there. Okay, and then the stock of the situation, when it has been taken, it has been realized not only, okay, the earlier quarter has, okay, seen the sharpest contraction, okay, in the history, but the second quarter, okay, is also going to witness the worst fall in the output over there. I mean to say, not only from January to March time was being bad, it has been further worsened from the time from April to June, that is the second quarter over there. So this is what IMF had said. IMF had said that the global economy is going to shrink by -3%. It simply means that what the world has produced, okay, at least 3% less will be produced in comparison to the last year. And this is going to be our opportunity cost. This is going to be the economic cost of COVID-19 on the entire world over there. So the global outlook or the growth has been projected to fall by 3%. Okay, so obviously for the entire world, it is going to fall by -3% over there. If you look at the further scenario in terms of a bifurcation, okay, we have already seen it that the global scenario is going to change by -3%. In 2019, it is by 2.9% the world was being growing. So the growth rate is going to fall by -3%. Okay, whereas 2021 is being showing a positive picture. Okay, that the global economy is going to rise by 5.8%. Okay, so the businesses which has been stopped, okay, they will make a recovery and the world will grow at a speed of 5.8% over there. If you look at the advanced economies, they also showing a negative growth rate, -6%. And if you look at the emerging markets and developing economies, emerging markets like say India, China, Brazil, Russia, Turkey, South Korea, okay, UAE, Mexico, okay, the Malaysia, they are all called as to the emerging markets. And the countries which are being developing, all are being showing a negative growth rate. Okay, so the overall framework is this, or the takeaway is this, that not all the countries, it may be advanced nation or the developing nation, okay, the entire world is going to see a negative economic activity in the year 2020. So the growth rate is going to fall. However, the 2021 show a positive picture, but see, this is being just an outlook. This is being to be an estimate over there. Whether it is really going to happen or not, no one can answer at this moment, neither an economist nor an astrologist over there. So if you look at the astrologist also, okay, then he do not have also any answer for this one. Okay, Sometimes I crack a joke that for so many billions of people, the horoscope has gone wrong at this moment. सबकी कुंडली एक साथ खराब हो गई आज के डे के ऊपर, and no one has sense about it. कि who has thought it that 2020 will become will turn out to be like in this way. This is being to be a very bad time, not only in an economic sense, but in a other sense, maybe a social or in a well-being sense. This is being to be a very, very rough time, very, very bad time into this one over there. Some people, they are being positive about the scenario that things will change. Some people, they are being pessimistic about this particular scenario. They don't know when the things will change over there. Means the good time will come or not, no one has an answer. Sometime looking at the current developments, we feel that yes, the good time is going to surely come, maybe after the development of a vaccine, or maybe say in 2021. However, if we bifurcate what IMF had said, the growth projection, then particularly if you look at the world largest economy, the USA, so it says that the US is going to contract by 5.9%, and next year it is going to rise by 5.8% over there. Okay, so sorry, 4.7%. That was being for the entire world over there. If you look at the European Union, again it is going to be a negative performance. Next year, positive performance. The Brazil, emerging economy. Russia, Brazil, again an emerging economy. Okay, at this moment, Brazil and Russia need to be looked upon because they. Okay, if you look at the highest cases in the world with reference to COVID-19, then we know that among 4 countries, USA, Brazil, Russia, and India, they are being lined up. Okay, so their economic performance is also being lined up. Okay, somewhere the economic performance is going to fall up by 5% roughly. If you look at Indian context over there, okay, that in 2020 we have some hope that will grow by 1.9%. However, if we compare it by 2019, it is being quite low. Okay, but yes, when everyone is being performing negatively, at least we have some hope. And in by 2021 will grow by 7.4%. China, from where the crisis has originated, okay, it will grow by 1.2%, and next year it will grow with a very faster pace over there. And we know that China is not being producing for themselves, they are being producing for the world, whereas India has been producing for themselves. Okay, less for the world, because we have our own domestic market. Okay, 135 say crore of people are being living in this country, and that acts out to be a very big size market over there. Okay, South Africa is also showing a poor picture over there. So among the nations which are being highly impacted by the COVID-19, roughly the growth rate is being negative, comes nearly to the 5%. And at the same time, in the emerging economies, except India and China, okay, most of them, they are showing a negative performance over there. So what has been said in January now will not be applicable now over there. And on account of this COVID-19, the world has gone with a practice which is called as a lockdown, closing down the businesses, closing down all type of economic and social activities over there. This has made the recession, okay, far severe recession since the time of Great Depression, which has happened from 29 to 33. So it is being far worsening than the global financial crisis which the world has experienced in the last decade over there. So all the economies, okay, since after the Great Depression, maybe advanced, maybe emerging, maybe developing, all are onto the same platform, all are being experiencing a. Okay, now just to explain what is a recession. Recession means that for 2 consecutive quarters, if the GDP is going to decline, okay, then it is called as a recession. And what is a depression? Severe form is considered as to be a depression over there. So say in the world, if your economy's performance, say from January to March and then April to June, that is the second quarter. Okay, if the economic growth rate is being declining, then it is called as a recession. If further declines it, okay, for a longer period of time, then it is called as a depression over there, economic depression over there. Okay, just to understand in a layman language, what is a recession and what is a depression? Say for your neighbor lose a job, then it is called as a recession. Okay, if your neighbor loses a job, okay, on account of this, okay, unacceptable economic condition, then it is called as a recession. But if you lose a job, then it is called as to be a depression over there. Okay, so that's how we can differentiate between the recession and depression. If you look at the IMF director Geeta Gopinath, okay, what she has said, okay, not personal opinion, but the IMF projection, the cumulative loss, okay, as I said, key opportunity cost in terms of the GDP, okay, what was being expected and what is now being to be expected in between 20 to 21 from this pandemic is being expected to be around $9 trillion. Okay, it's being to be a huge amount. See, look at our economy is somewhere being closer to $3 trillion, not exactly that one. Okay, but if you look at this $9 trillion amount, then this is going to be a huge amount. It means this much of money will be wiped out or it will not be created in the global economy. What WTO has said, because we are being globalized, so trade is also going to take place. And in such situation, the nations, they would not like to trade for the non-essential goods, but obviously essential goods will keep on be allowed. Okay, so the WTO is being saying that there will be a decline from 13 to 32% in the world trade. Okay, so this much is being expected in the 2020 over there. Now this is being to be some factual information. From looking at this current scenario, we have to look at this, that we have understood that this is going to be the severe depression in the entire, okay, say this particular in the last 100 years. Okay, and this recession is going to be a unique one. We are saying recession, okay, tomorrow it may become a great depression also. Okay, so why this recession is being to be unique? Okay, generally what happened, that manufacturing is a cyclical part of the economy. Okay, manufacturing brings ups and down in the economy. This time the service sector is being to be the hardest hit. Means earlier manufacturing used to be the hardest hit, but this time the services are going to be hardest hit. Okay, like the tourism, it has completely halted, stopped. The shops has been closed, restaurants has been closed, transportation services has been closed, all services, okay, most of them, like the education institute, they have been closed. Okay, right, if you visit to a saloon or a parlor also, all are being closed. Okay, means when the lockdown has been practiced over there, so suddenly all the services has been disappeared. You would like to visit to a gym, you cannot go. Okay, you would like to visit a mall, okay, or say you would like to visit a multiplex, all has been, all activities, all amusement, all recreation, it has all stopped over there. So this time services are going to be have a hardest hit over there. If you look at the global scenario, now most of the GDP is coming from the service sector, as we see in India. Okay, we know that in the GDP, 60% of contribution is done by the services. Okay, followed by industry, and then followed by agriculture in Indian context over there. However, if you look at the entire global GDP, at there also you will find it, maximum contribution is being done by the service sector. If you pick US, again you will find it that around 78 to 80%, maybe US, maybe okay, say UK, you will find it that services has the highest contribution into their GDP over there. Okay, right. Just to give a clarification on GDP, GDP is simply means gross domestic product. Product means production. Product generates, production means output. Output generates income, income generates expenditure. So production is a parallel word to a income over there. So traditionally we say gross domestic product, otherwise it is also called as gross domestic income. GDP also means whatever the income has been created or generated within your domestic and political boundary of nation. कहने का मतलब यह है कि इंडिया के जितने भी स्टेट्स एंड यूनियन टेरिटरी में जो भी एग्रीकल्चर, इंडस्ट्री एंड सर्विस से जो भी इनकम जनरेट होता है, उसको अगर हम सिंपली एड अप कर दें, then this will be known as to be a GDP for a particular financial year, that is from 1st of April to 31st of March over there. Okay, GDP is the most reliable measure to gauge the economic development. However, it has its own limitation because it just simply cannot catch up the human development over there. It just simply look at how much output you have produced, how much income has been generated. It just overlooks some other type of indicators which are also being related with the development over there. Okay, then this again, the crisis is being further more unique, that this time this crisis has been caused by supply constraints. Okay, so it means that there has been a effective demand. Demand is lacking into the economy. See, I request the participants kindly. Thank you. So this crisis, normally the downturns or the crisis are being caused by the demand. Okay, but this crisis has been caused by the supply. Okay, supply has affected further the demand. See, in economics, there is again a law which has been given by a French economist known as J.B. Say. He said it ki every supply creates its own demand. Okay, every supply creates its own demand. Now this is being a supply induced type of a crisis. Okay, so जब supply नहीं है, supply किसकी नहीं है, raw material की नहीं है, फिर process product की नहीं है, तो demand भी नहीं होगी. जब raw material नहीं है तो आप बनाएंगे क्या? So supply creates its own demand. So if there is a supply, there will be a demand also. But if the supply is being affected, then the demand will also be affected over there. Okay, right? So now, okay, the demand is being affected. So now we have to revive the demand also. At the same time, we have to correct the supply also over there. Then the another uniqueness of this particular recession is that, okay, generally GDP falls greater than the consumption, but here the consumption is being falling, okay, sharply over there. Okay, so generally we see that the GDP slow down faster than the just a minute. Okay, generally we see that the GDP slow down faster than the consumption. Okay, but this time the consumption is being falling more sharply over there. So that is also being a unique feature of this particular recession over there. And another thing is that it could also create a social unrest. There is no basic guarantee that you'll have have an access to the food on so on over there, because there are being some logistic disruption is being to be there, because there is a movement of transportation is being to be halted, or it has been affected, or it has been stopped over there. So that's how it will affect the supply of goods also, supply of food grain also. So it will affect the every corner, every person of the society over there. Now, if we have to understand conceptually that how this crisis is being affecting the demand and supply. Okay, the basic pillars of economics over there. See, in every economy, there are being three types of economic agents. Okay, like as we call as citizens of the country. So in economic language, we say that they are being economic, okay, agents of the of the economy over there. Who are these three economic agents? Number one, household, that is the families like you and me. Second one is known as a businesses. Okay, they are also known as, in a generic sense, firms. Okay, right? And the third entity is known as a government. That is also an economic agent. Okay, and the fourth entity is being to be the outer world, which we call as an external sector, or our partners, or our neighboring nations, or the world over there. So there are being four economic agents: household, the firms, that is the businesses, the government, and the external sector. And these economic agents, they are doing something which is called as an economic activity. Okay, right? Economic activity, it simply means they are either involved into consumption, either they are involved into a production, or they are being dealing with each other, a process of production and consumption, or say in other way, a process of buying and selling, which is called as a exchange over there. Okay, so I'll take a minute just to explain you this particular model. Okay. See, household is being connected with the government. So, and government is also connected with the household. Okay. See, household, they pay taxes to the government. Okay, as you fill the petrol, you pay a tax. As you buy a house, you pay a tax over there. As you buy a loaf of bread, you pay a tax onto that one, and that goes to the government. In return, government makes a transfer payment to you. Okay, and this transfer payment could be for a student, it could be a scholarship. Okay, for an old age person, it could be a pension. For a retired defense personnel, it could be also a pension, or it could be a free food or something like that one. They are all called as a transfer payment. Okay, right. So they are being connected with each other over there. Now, what has happened? Household has experienced a decline in income because they have lost a job. So now, okay, they are not in a position to pay a tax to the government. So government earning has declined. Now, also not in a position to offer them a higher transfer payment. So now they are affecting each other. The same way, in the same way, the businesses are also being linked with each other. Okay. Now the businesses, okay, are being making a payment to the government in the form of corporate taxes. Okay. In return, government also offer them some type subsidy. And see, government cannot produce everything, so they buy, okay, the goods and services from the businesses. Like say, government is not being producing laptop, government is not being producing paper, or say vehicles, so they buy from businesses. Okay, now again businesses, they are being closed down, so they do not have, okay, have as they are, there is no business, so there is no tax payment. Okay, right. As businesses are being closed, they are being disrupted by the supply chain, so government is also not making any sort of purchase. They are also not in a position to produce it over there. Then further, household are also being connected with the business. Okay, household, they are getting a job from the business, and in return they are being making a payment. Okay, but as the jobs are being lost, so they are not receiving a payment. Households are not going to the market because the markets are being restrictions. Okay, so the spending which is being required, discretionary as well as non-discretionary, all has affected. Okay, in negative, in other sense. Then household, they used to put the money into the banks for, okay, as a saving. Okay, savings has declined or it has eroded completely. Okay, again the businesses, they used to borrow the money from the banks, okay, for the investment purpose. Okay, as the business has closed down, there is no question of investment over there. All has affected negatively over there. So there are being layoff, there are being reduced work hours. Okay, then further, households are also being connected with the other world. Okay, they used to import. Okay, you may buy the French perfume, you can buy something from Amazon which will be delivered from USA. Okay, you are not making a payment for imports. Government is also has restricted their imports. Okay, at the same time businesses also restricted the imports because there is a demand shock. At the same time, there is a supply chain constraint over there. So there is a supply chain disruption basically. Okay, except particularly say in context from China, and for the world, okay, they are being affecting each other through this particular supply chain. So the crux of this particular model is there, everyone, household, business, government, financial sector, foreign sector, they all are being affecting each other. Okay, see, you, if you hold the money, it will not generate anything. Okay, the world will grow, the economy will grow if the money will keep on circulating from one sector to each other. And how you circulate the money from each other? See, one person's expenditure will become other person's income. If I spend the money, it will be known as expenditure, but it will become income for someone else. Okay, so if I go to say a store, I buy something, that will be my expenditure, that will become income for him. Now he will contact the distributor, he will buy the goods, so again it will become expenditure, that will become income for him. Distributor will, okay, will ask the company to produce the goods. Okay, then again this will become expenditure, that will become income. Again the company will contact the person who will be supplying the raw material, and so on, that will become expenditure, that will become income for each other. But now this entire process has come to a halt over there. Okay, ये जितना ज्यादा कम होता जाएगा इकोनॉमी, उतनी ज्यादा श्रिंक होती जाएगी. So this COVID-19 has threatened this particular flow, the money flow at different points over there. Okay, the money is not being flowing completely, or it has shrinked over there, and there is a disruption everywhere, and therefore due to money disruption, okay, it is causing a slowdown everywhere over there. Okay, so with this particular background, okay, now we'll discuss about the Indian economy. Okay, now the Indian economy, we know that it was being all earlier into a phase of slowdown, and now from slowdown we have entered into a recession over there. Okay, you know that in past few years, two specific events like demonetization and implementation of GST, it has impacted the economy. Okay, there is a mixed response, at least in short term. If there is a good response, that will be come to know in the long run. But at this moment, yes, we can say there is a mixed response of demonetization and GST. Okay, with the time, as the things will become more refined, maybe large benefits will be will be visible in the economy. So demonetization, initially it has affected the informal sector. Remember, informal sector is a house of almost 85% of the people who are being working over there. So if it is being impacting the informal sector, it means majority of the economy will be also impacted, because most of the people, they are getting a job or involved or engaged in informal sector. Okay, so and in informal sector has a characteristic that most of the transactions are being done in cash, and we know in demonetization we have replaced the currency and added another currency over there. Okay, and in case of GST also, okay, the another sector which almost employ, okay, which contributes almost 32% to the GDP, and a large scale employment provider, because it is a labor intensive, which is called as a MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises over there. So while implementation of GST, it has impacted the MSMEs. Okay, the reason was that to make a trade or to have an exchange, buying and selling, or to supply the goods, you must have a GST number. Okay, so the traders, they prefer to have trading with only those traders or with only those small companies or micro, small and medium enterprises who had a GST number. If you do not have a GST number, they refuse to make a trade over this one, because they were getting something called as an input tax credit over there. And in this particular situation, what has happened, due to the limitation that they were not being finding such traders which has a GST number, so some of the traders, they have started importing the raw material from the outside world. So this has again further affected the performance of MSME over there. So from October to December 19 quarter, okay, that is a quarter third for the Indian economy. Okay, the economic growth stood for 4.7, which was being 7-year low. Okay, and therefore we said it there was being a slowdown. Abhi slowdown to chali raha tha, and we were being expecting some revival, okay, in the financial year 2021, but in the due to the COVID-19, we were being pushed into a lockdown, and this has emerged as to be a third shock to the economy, and it has affected the vulnerable section of the society, everyone. And what has been considered as to be a slowdown, what was being into a talk that there is a slowdown, it has become a full-fledged recession over there. Now what to do in this situation? Okay, right, you heard from our Prime Minister ki, okay, health is being the first priority. Going to be the first priority. Okay, right, jaan hai to jahan hai, as he had said it, or as people say it. Okay, so economics is all being full of trade-off. Okay, we have to choose, as I given the example that if you are listening to webinar, you are not doing something else. So there is a trade-off. Trade-off means there is a contradiction. There is an opportunity cost over there. So if we choose our health, we have to close down the economy. If we open the economy or if we continue the economy, then there will be a deterioration into the health of the people over there. What we should do? So the initial decision has gone in favor of health and against the economy over there. So there is a trade-off, and every trade-off has an opportunity cost. And opportunity cost, okay, it means it has a, okay, right, some financial implication. So government has resorted the lockdown in 4 different phases with this okay, different time duration over there, and it has come to 68 days, almost 2 months and 8 days over there. Such a longer close down has its own implication. It was not just a simply a longer close down, okay, or a lockdown, but at the same time it was being also very strict. Everything has been stopped. Okay, and it has turned a nightmare for certain people, certain section of the society, especially for the migrants over there who are being low paid, who are not in a position to pay the rents, okay, whose savings were being eroded, okay, and they started moving from their own destination to their homeland over there. So people says that this lockdown was being larger than the necessary. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, why it has been said like this one over there? See, this disease is being at this moment is about awareness. This disease has created an economic burden onto the every economy over there. Okay, so there is a burden of disease over there. So in the initial stages only, the government and the agencies, they have spread up the message that how we have to protect ourselves from this particular disease over there. Okay, so if people has a more civic sense and if they are being able to follow certain types of precautions, then we'll be able to stop this one over there. And the initial few days of lockdown was being planned, for that government will be able to spread the awareness also, and it will get some time for the preparation to correct the medical facilities over there. Okay, we know that our medical infrastructure is not being that great. If we talk about the ICU beds, we have only 1 lakh beds all over the country over there. So if we have more sick people greater than 1 lakh, those who require ICU facility, then we do not have the answer for this one over there. And from the experience of Italy and Spain, we got into this particular stage, let us have a lockdown for a larger period of time. And the negative impact was this one, and one of the objective was that to avoid the community transmission, to avoid the stoppage of the cases, to break the chain. But in this particular period, I'm sorry to say that there was no flattening of curve has been experienced. In fact, some people have were being critical about this flattening of curve, and in some political circle, it has been said that the COVID-19 has not been flattened, but in fact, the economy has been flattened on account of the lockdown over there. Okay, right. So this was being
Hello, I guess some technical problem is there. Hello. I'm telling that.
Network problem.
Hello, Hemant sir. Hello, Hemant sir. Yeah. Sir is rejoining. There is no power, so please wait for 5 minutes. Sir is joining again. Aja, aja. Okay, okay. Okay, don't worry, relax. Very wonderful you are delivering. Yeah, come. Hello all. Yeah, sorry, joining in 1 minute. Light has turned up. हेलो हाँ रुको रुको मैं अभी हाँ बिल्कुल हेलो हाँ सो उनको अलाउ नहीं किया जा रहा है 100 हो गए ना कुछ इसके लीजिए प्लीज हाँ 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 वो वेट में है ओके
Yeah, he has come. Nehra
Sir
sir
has
has
joined.
joined.
Make him host again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back, sir.
I'm sorry. Between there was a disturbance. Sir, please allow me to share the screen, sir. Sir, please allow me to share
1
the.
minute, sir. 1 minute.
Sir.
Sir, कर रहा हूँ. 1 minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please
Waiting.
make
Just
sir
take a
host
minute.
again.
Yes, sir. Done. Done.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. So we were being on that it was being a big lockdown over there, and in spite of this one, okay, the situation is being still, I'll say, reasonably in control over there. Okay, but we can definitely say that we are being affected by this pandemic. Okay, these are being some of the latest number, and see, there is no book or there is no past experience how to deal with this particular type of pandemic and how it will affect negatively, okay, or economically, what dimensions could be there. But what we did while considering the experience of the developed nations, basically the Spain and Italy, because they have resorted to the late lockdown and then therefore the deaths were being to be higher. In our Indian context, the deaths are being not that high. Recovery rate has reached to more than 52%, but the number of absolute cases has also gone up. Okay, which has brought us, okay, among the first four nations where the cases are being. So after the 68 days, government has, okay, the unlock plan, and this is being to be the unlock plan, and the economic activities has started. Okay, I will not say completely full-fledged, but from June 8th onwards, okay, certain things has been opened up over there. This is being to be, okay, what is going to be open soon or later over there. But yes, whatever will start, it will have an economic dimension. Like if hotels has been allowed to start, it has an economic dimension. If the traveling will getting started, it has an economic dimension. So with the cinema hall, so is with the schools and so on over there. So with the movement of people from one state to another and so on over there. Okay, so presently, if we look at, okay, that which of the states are being to be affected badly over there, okay, then there are being 5 states which are being affected badly, and they are being Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, okay, UT, Gujarat, and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, this is being a general dimension. But if you look at economically, these states are not only simply affected by COVID-19, but they are being to be the top contributors to the India's GDP, namely Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, and Gujarat. And they are presently worst affected by the COVID-19. It means that they are also going to affect the GDP badly over there. Okay. Now, with these thoughts, let us start analyzing or looking into what sort of impact the COVID-19 has created onto the Indian economy. See, as the specific, the data will evolve, okay, with the time, with some delay. The So the situation is also being very fluid. It's changing every now and then. It changes out to the daily basis, timely basis over there. So many of the economic impact at this moment, okay, they may not be observable. Means what we cannot think of. So, but yes, whatever the economic indicators are being available to us, we can definitely look into that one. Okay. So what type of economic indicators are being available at this particular moment? Okay. So the first economic indicator, or basically two economic indicators which the government has not revealed. Okay, they are being the CPI and IIP. Okay, the food consumer price index has been revealed, and but not the complete CPI. That is a consumer price index, that is also known as a retail price index. That is an index which is being concerned with more individuals, the price which they pay. Whereas the overall industrial activity is being gauged for organized sector through the index which is known as the index of industrial production. So for the April month, the data has not been released. Okay, obviously the inspections could not be done due to the lockdown, okay, or due to the movement restrictions over there, and the data is also not being that easily available over there. Same is with the CPI over there. But whatever the data is being available, let us look into this one. So the first indicator which is being available is the inflation. Okay, the present inflation in terms of the May month, the data available, the WPI has gone negative. It has gone negative. It means it is called as a deflation process in economics. Inflation means rise in price. Deflation means the fall in price over there. अगर प्राइस कम हो रहा है होलसेल का या लोग कम खरीद रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब ये है कि सी होलसेल प्राइस इंडेक्स इज बीइंग meant for the businesses basically, okay, that they buy in bulk, okay, and they pay a different price for that one. The basket of WPI is being different, the basket for CPI is being to be different, because individuals consumption basket is being different, whereas the businesses basket is going to be a different one over there. If it is being falling, then itself shows that the business activity is being at a very low level, क्योंकि आप कच्चा माल ले नहीं रहे, रॉ मटेरियल ले नहीं रहे हो, तो जब आप खरीदेंगे नहीं तो प्राइस किसका बढ़ेगा? ओके राइट, सप्लाई चेन का प्रॉब्लम है, या आप चाहते भी हो तो रॉ मटेरियल इज नॉट बीइंग अवेलेबल. सो इट इटसेल्फ शोज और इंडिकेट्स और अ प्रॉक्सी वेरिएबल कि दैट activity in the business sector has reached to a very lower level, resulting into fall in WPI. Okay, whereas the consumer food price index, not the consumer price index, I'm saying food price index, it has rose to 9.28% year on year. Means this May 2020 will be compared with the last year May 2019. So in comparison to that, it has gone up. But if you look at, okay, in comparison to the April month, that is month on month basis, it has slightly gone up to 0.13 over there. There could be various interpretation related to this one. One interpretation is this one, is that people don't have money to buy enough food or to buy more goods which are being required into as a kitchen items over there, therefore it may not be rising over there. Okay, that could be one of the interpretation over there. Second interpretation could be like that government has ensured that the food articles will be available to all the people, so there will be no black marketing, no hoarding, and therefore it is not going into a on a high side over there. But yes, we say in terms of business sense, the WT has fallen. So one thing, inflation. Second one, the unemployment. Now, unemployment is the most potential impact on our life. Okay, I've taken inflation and unemployment first. Okay, the reason is that common man understand inflation and unemployment better rather than to be understanding that what is our GDP and what is our being economic growth rate. Okay, right. He understand either development, he either understand inflation or unemployment, rather than to be making him understand what is the economic growth rate, what is the fiscal deficit, what is being happening on external sector. So therefore, I have taken those variables, those issues first, which is being related with the common man. So inflation, then the second one is unemployment. See, currently there is no update information available to the extent of job loss. There is a guesswork, there are estimates over there. Okay, there is no direct evidence, there is only indirect evidence that how COVID-19 is being affecting the employment opportunities, how vulnerable the workers are. Okay, there is an independent agency which is called as a CMI, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. They have came out with some sort of estimates. They said in the May month, the unemployment was being 24%. Okay, the month, the May up to May 17, the week which was been closing with May 17 till 14 June, whatever the data they have gathered, they say that as the unlocking has started, certain activities has started coming up. Therefore, this 24 has fallen to 17.9%. Okay, so unemployment may fall further as we slowly the economic activities will get a momentum. Okay, third thing, is economic growth rate. A layman can also say that there is a fall in going to be a economic growth rate. Okay, so earlier in 1920 the economy was being grown by 4.2% in comparison to 6.1% in 2018-19. So 2018-19 में ज़्यादा था, 2019-20 में कम है, 2020-21 में क्या होगा, we don't know. World Bank in their global economic prospect report, which has been released on June 8, it said that Indian economy will contract by 3.2%. Okay, see, contraction and expansion is a continuous process in any economy. An economy never remain to be a stable. हमेशा आपको एक ही डेटा नहीं मिलेगा जीडीपी का कि जीडीपी is growing by 4% all over the time, all over the months over there. So therefore, either the economy is going to expand or the economy is going to contract over there. I mean to say, either the income will rise in the society or in the economy, or the income is going to fall over there. So economy never remain into a fixed stage or in an ideal state. Either it will contract or either it will expand over there. It's like a human sentiment. Sometimes you are in a state of joy, sometimes you are in a state of a sadness over there, but all the time you cannot remain sad, all the time you cannot remain joyful over there. So there could be a mixed response also over there. Okay, so this is all happening due to the coronavirus pandemic over there. IMF is also in April, their outlook, they have said that India's growth rate is being projected to 1.9%. And earlier they have estimated for the financial year 5.8%. So all the international institutions taking care of the world economy, they are saying that we are going to have a bad time over there. And what is going to happen or happening presently, that the consumption is weak. Consumption is a proxy for a demand. The demand is low, therefore consumption is weak. The consumer sentiment is negative. He don't know if he is being unemployed, then when he will get the employment, then how long he can sustain into that particular employment, how long this pandemic will go on over there. Therefore his sentiment is also being pessimistic rather than to be optimistic. Not only this one, the firms sentiment is also being negative over there, so they are being delaying their investment, so which is being further additionally pushing a pressure onto the growth rate, and this is being further pushing the economy into a contraction phase over there. Now this is being a broader aspect. Economy is being to be a wide picture. It's being to be has a macro dimension, but if we bifurcate the economy, then there are being three sectors. Agriculture, industry, and service sector. We can categorize them into other ways also, like informal sector as well as a formal sector, unorganized as well as organized. Unorganized means where there is a social security clause is being missing over there. Labor laws are being not that prevalent over there. So we can say informal sector is going to shrink. As I told you that almost 84% people, they are being employed into the informal sector. And previous downturns, previous decisions, and the current pandemic is going to worsen off the MSME. So MSME is also going to shrink over there. Whereas the bigger companies, they are not being expected to have this much of burn, but obviously their business is also being to be impacted, but they will be able to stand on their feet in a faster pace in comparison to the MSME or say the informal sector, because they have a more capital base, they have a more liquidity over there. And they are being in a better position to raise the finances over there. Further, if we break up and again understand from a common man, that which sectors will experience good time and which sectors will affect will have a bad time over there. So any sector which will be use a digital digitalization or digital platform, or who is going to be a part of digital economy, like say e-commerce, the businesses which has a where internet is being to be an input, telecom, because they also they are being technological driven, internet service provider, they are all going to have a moderate growth rate or a high growth rate over there. Right, so you would not like to step out of your homes to buy the goods, then obviously you will use Amazon or Flipkart or any other channel. You don't want to go outside for eating purpose, then you will use say Zomato platform or Swiggy platform or any other over there. Okay, right. And when you would like to do work from home, then you are going to use any of the digital platform, maybe a laptop, notepad, or mobile, or maybe the internet services, maybe the modem. Okay, so all these things are going to experience a high demand and on account of high growth, maybe time being, but yes, it is going to be there. And as our lifestyle is going to change, so in days to come, we can expect that more people are going to add up with the digital platform. Then the health sector, the medical equipments, the companies which are being making a medical equipments, the sanitary supplies, maybe the hand wash, okay, or so say the mask, which the company which are being making a mask, they are all going to be benefited in this particular time. It means jobs are going to be created in this particular sector. Insurance, okay, if you think that you are being having a risk to your life, then you may go into the insurance. If you have a liability, you will go with the term plan. You can buy a health insurance and so on over there. Okay, so insurance sector could also see a witness a rise. Education, yes, we can say that if they use a digital platform to a certain extent, okay, this pandemic impact can be controlled over there, and so education will not be impacted that much. Or I'll say that the coaching classes or that any skill learning type of a platforms like Coursera type of a platform, you and me, or other type of a where you can learn certain type of a courses, those platforms, okay, they are going to witness a rise or a more traffic fall, more traffic rise over there. Then the consumer essential goods, okay, whichever you feel that it is being important for your life over there, okay, and which is going to be a part of your household item. It may be a fan, or it may be a furniture, okay, or it may be a toiletry product, or it may be a kitchen product over there. Or say for if you are being sending kids to the school, or you may not be sending for a time being, then whatever the notebooks, bags, okay, or later on whatever you may require, the stationery, that all are going to experience a rise over there. The sectors which will experience low growth, at least in the short term, the luxury goods or the comfort goods which make, like say electronics, you may hesitate to buy a say a AC or a fridge, you may postpone, or non-essential items which you may think that it is not being necessary at this particular moment over there. Okay, coming on to the sectors which are going to be badly affected, already affected, airline, because it has been stopped. And when later on it has also started, then only for selected routes over there. International airlines, they are not being operational at this particular moment. Okay, so the crew staff, okay, the people who are being working onto the airports, they are all going to be affected. And you know, airlines, even though they are not being operational, they have to pay a fixed cost in terms of a parking charges, in terms of a license. Okay, so they are all being to be badly affected. Okay, and we don't know that when they will be back. Airlines sector is not being, we know that it is not being facing a good time already in India, except for
Hello, I can't hear you, ma'am.
tourism, movement restrictions, fear of life, that all going to affect our tourism. So obviously the hotels are also going to be affected. The taxi driver are also going to be affected. The guides are also being to be affected. Government revenue, okay, the people who used to visit the monuments, they are also going to be affected. Slowly it has been opened up, but it will take time to gear up the things. Okay, hospitality is going to be impacted. The textile sector, okay, is being to be impacted. It is also being a export linked sector over there. We know that India has been quite competitive in exporting the textile. Automobile was being impacted and currently being impacted, and the culture from work from home is going to impact automobile further. क्योंकि अगर मुझे ऑफिस ही नहीं जाना है तो मुझे टू व्हीलर की भी जरूरत नहीं है और मुझे फोर व्हीलर की भी जरूरत नहीं है. If I can work from home, so automobiles is going to have a bad time over there. Real estate, okay, you may postpone it. It requires a big money, so that also they were in crisis before pandemic. Also they are going to be in crisis after the pandemic also. And real estate is going to create a rippling effect to all other sectors, maybe like cement, maybe steel, maybe furniture, maybe electronics, maybe electricals, because all the things which you may use at your home, if you do not buy a home, then those things may not be required. Construction, migrant laborers, they have moved back to their homes. Okay, real estate is also being facing this type of a problem over there. So if you do not have workers, then you cannot produce everything with the help of capital intensive technology. And sectors which are being export linked, I'll come back onto this particular point again later. Okay, then the banks. Okay, we can expect, even though moratorium time has been given, and okay, there are chances that the MSME or the large scale firms also or individuals, they will default. Okay, so the NPAs are going to escalate, and the NBFCs, non-banking financial companies who are being loans to the real estate, to the construction sector or housing finance companies, okay, they can see a trouble in days to come over there. We already know that there is already a crisis in NBFC sector, and therefore government has separately allocated our money for the NBFC. So see, if I don't have a job, then how I'll pay my installment? Okay, so obviously, okay, the banks are going to be impacted over there. Startups, particularly, I've taken this point because nowadays, okay, there is okay environment, okay, to have a startups basically into the areas like Bengaluru or in NCR areas over there. See, those startups who are already gone ahead of break-even point, they have some sort of an edge. Otherwise, startups like Oyo hotels, okay, they are being facing a very bad time over there. Okay, then again, like Zomato, Swiggy, they're all startups. Okay, so they have a bad time over there. New startups, okay, no chances being to be there at this moment. They will not get that funding that easily over there. And those who are into a middle stage, success ratio is already low, what I'll say in terms of a startup. So the startups are going to have a bad time. Stock market, you know that it's being very fluctuating at this particular moment over there. The moment the foreign institutional investors, they take out the money, it will fall. Some negative news comes up, then it will fall. So it is being fluctuating. Okay, agriculture has also seen the bad days, like as other individuals, other sectors has seen it. Okay, they were having crops, but okay, they don't know where to sell it out over there. Recently, you know that APMC Act has been amended. Now farmers has been allowed to sell their okay produce in other districts, other parts of the country also. But see, the movement restrictions and lack of knowledge will simply do not allow them to harness this particular type of opportunity. When they were growing the vegetables, okay, they could not sell it into the mandis, into the local markets, people not being buying the agriculture goods in fear of the corona, that it may be the vegetable fruits vendors, okay, and the agriculture producers, they were being all being impacted out of this one over there. Okay, now coming on to the individuals, if I look at as an individual or a household, what is the situation for me? Okay, there is a loss of income for poor and middle income level. Okay, the migrants, okay, those who are being poor, they will remain to be poor. Further, their poverty will go more, okay, intensified over there. Okay, right. We know that almost, as per the last estimate of the government, 27% of the population is being living below the poverty line. Okay, and see, everyone is being affected by this corona. But see, corona does not discriminate by income. But we know that people, they are
ये अभी वेबिनार था ना 12 से
okay, I'll request the participants to mute themselves. Okay, so people, see, poor people, those who do not have access to clean water, okay, to drink, or hardly access to have a water, we cannot think of washing hands again and again over there. Forget about the sanitizer or a hand wash over there. Whereas a middle income level person or a rich person, they do not face this type of a difficulty. They may have a problem with the attitude, okay, that whether to imbibe this particular habit or not. Okay, then there is an erosion of savings. Okay, if I put my saving into the bank, okay, the deposit rates has fallen. The lending rates has also equally fallen. So business cannot be done by increasing the deposit rates, okay, and reducing the lending rates. Okay, if I reducing the lending rates, then I have to reduce the deposit rates also. Okay, and if I lost a job, then my savings are already being eroded over there. Okay, so it is being clear that due to the widespread lockdown, workers, firms, okay, all are being impacted, and there is a sudden drop in activity. Government has done something in terms of unemployment benefits, grants, transfer, loans at low rates for MSME, and tax deferrals over there. But there is a focus on protection. Okay, right, there is a focus on protection, and this time we have to learn our new skills to become better fit for the jobs. The jobs which were being doing earlier may not be okay, available, or we become redundant for that one. So I must know how to take a class through online medium over there. I mean to say that. Okay. Coming on to the government part over there. Okay, the another economic agent over there. And the last part will be the external sector. Now, government, there is a decline in GST. Okay, there is a decline in tax revenue over there. Okay, the estimate was being earlier 21.63 trillion rupees. Now it has come to 21.1 trillion rupees. So there is a gap of 1.5 trillion dollar. Now from where to fulfill it? भाई जब बिजनेस नहीं चल रहा है, लोगों को इनकम नहीं है, तो सामान का खरीद रहे हैं, तो टैक्स कहाँ से आएगा? Tax could be from direct as well as indirect way over there. Okay, right. So माल बन ही नहीं रहा, तो indirect भी affect हो गया. See, if I'm not being filling up enough petrol, then the refineries has to churn out lesser crude oil. Okay, so they have to pay lesser excise duty. Okay, lesser import of oil, then lesser customs duty will be obtained by the government over there. So there is a complete circle over there. So we are being expecting that the fiscal deficit means that expenditure will be more from the government side in comparison to the revenue source over there. So this will be greater than 4.6%. It means government will end up in spending, okay, for this financial year 1920 by the extent of 4.6%. Okay, यानी इतना ज्यादा हमने एक्स्ट्रा खर्च किया है, तो यानी इसका एक ही तरीका है, यानी हमने कहीं ना कहीं से बोरो किया होगा इस पैसे को, एंड बोरो किया है तो we have to pay for it. Okay, right. We were being planning 3.5%, but now it has shoot up to 4.6%. In days to come, it will further shoot up. Okay, so fiscal stimulus has been given, okay, to the economy to correct the economic growth rate, but at the same time, more fiscal stimulus will be given, will widen up the fiscal deficit. And probably looking at this one for the government officials, the government has freezed the DA for the next another 1.5 years. So these are being the GST collections. You can see it in 1920 and 2021. Okay, say in April 20, it has fallen from, okay, from this level to this level, and in May from this level to this level. So there is a, okay, in April, May last year, this much was the collection, and now there is a collection. So there is a fall of almost 55% over there. So government भी कहाँ से खर्च करेगी ज्यादा? गवर्नमेंट को जो रेवेन्यू आएगा वही खर्च करेगी. अब गवर्नमेंट का रेवेन्यू जनरेशन ही कम है, तो खर्चा भी संभल के करना पड़ेगा. एटलीस्ट रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर तो बहुत कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो इफ गवर्नमेंट रिसीव मोर, एंड अगर आप ज्यादा खर्च करना चाहते हैं तो आप बोरो कीजिए, बोरो करोगे तो आपका डेफिसिट बढ़ेगा, तो देन देयर विल बी सम अदर प्रॉब्लम्स इन द इकोनॉमी, लाइक मे बी इन्फ्लेशनरी पार्ट, ओके, or other issues. Now coming on to the last part of my discussion, that is our external sector.
Hello.
I'll take 10 minutes more just to wind up, okay, my discussion. So external sector, how we are being impacted. So India features among top 15 economies which has been impacted, okay, in the trade element over there, okay, as the report has been published by UNICTAD in March 2020. Okay, right. And obviously the China has disrupted the world trade. Okay, how come? See, there is a dependency on China for every nation in terms of raw material. So if we are being raw material, if the raw material is not being coming, we cannot reprocess and export it to the outside world over there. So as I said it, that we'll revisit which are the sectors are going to be affected, linked with export: chemicals, textile, apparels, okay, automotive sector, electrical machinery, leather, metals, metal products, wood products, furniture, handicrafts, gems and jewelry. All they are being impacted because they are being all export linked sectors. Okay, so they are all going to be impacted over there. Not only this one, okay, we are the highest recipient of, okay, the remittances, okay, in the world. So World Bank has projected that our remittances are also going to be fall. What has been sent by our NRI friends, okay, that is going to decline. Okay, there is a fall of 23%. Okay, so it will decline to 64 billion in comparison to the last year, 83 billion over there. Not only this one, the FDI has also fallen and it is going to fall. Okay, all right. So India has jumped in 2018 to the 12th rank in terms of FDI. Then the position has improved in 2019 to 9th rank. but now we can expect it that in days to come, our FDI is also going to fall over there. FDI, see, you will come to this country for the business if you see some sort of a demand prospect or if you see a market. But if the market, it seems to be blooming or a bleak future is going to be visible in India, then timely you, or at this moment, you will not planning to come to India over there. Again, we'll come back to this particular point. Now, in this negative scenario onto the external sector, what is the positive silver lining over there? As our imports has fallen, okay, as well as our exports has also fallen, it has improved our current account balance. Current account balance means the gap between import and export. Okay, right. So India has record surplus of 20 billion, around 1% of GDP. So it will reduce our current account deficit, and this is primarily attributed to the crude oil prices and curtail imports over there. This will also improve our external balance as well as the physical balance. Physical balance, it means that, okay, foreign exchange is reserves are going to improve at this moment. Okay, so foreign exchange reserves has first time in the, okay, for India, it has reached to $500 billion. Okay, and this much of foreign exchange reserves are being just sufficient for 1 year import. Okay, so even though India do not earn a single pie or penny through the export, this much of money is being sufficient for all the imports which will take place in the next 1 year. Okay, ये इसलिए बढ़ गया है क्योंकि हमारा इंपोर्ट कम हो गया है. दूसरा, कुछ एक बिजनेस हाउसेस हैं जहां पे there are being certain investment firms, they have taken a stake like Jio. Okay, so you know, Facebook has purchased a stake in Jio. Okay, so so on account of this one, the investment has come up, and the investment is also coming to the stock market over there. So the oil prices has fallen, so it will also reduce the chances of inflationary pressure in Indian economy. So this is a silver lining in case of the Indian government. Okay, sorry, Indian economy. Now, what government is doing? On the health side, we have spent 150 billion rupees package has been announced, which is being just equivalent to 0.1% of GDP. It means we are not being doing enough at this moment. Okay, RBI has announced certain measures like reducing the repo rate. Okay, and sectoral allocations has been also announced. So this was being just to boost the liquidity, that is a cash flow in the economy. On the economic side, government has announced almost 21 lakh crore package. Government is claiming that it is being 10% of GDP. However, critics says that it is not just being more than 1.2% of GDP. Some of the announcement has been repackaged. Okay, what has been announced in the budget or in the recent time. In fact, critics also say that what RBI has announced as a package for liquidity, government has also considered that one. And in the stimulus package, it has been considered, so it comes to 10% of GDP. देखो स्टिमुलस पैकेज क्या होता है कि जब इकोनॉमी रिवाइव नहीं हो रही है तो गवर्नमेंट को ही खर्च करना पड़ेगा. बिजनेस सेंटीमेंट इज नेगेटिव, सो प्राइवेट सेक्टर विल नॉट कम फॉरवर्ड फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट और टू डू इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. So who has to come forward? Government. So government will come out with the stimulus package. Okay, it's like a booster dose. Okay, जैसे कि आपकी गाड़ी स्टार्ट नहीं होती तो आप गाड़ी को चौक देते हो स्टार्ट करने के लिए. ओके, कोई पेशेंट अगर ज्यादा सीरियस हो रहा है तो उसको कुछ एक्स्ट्रा डोज दी जाती है उसको रिवाइव करने के लिए. So in the same way, stimulus package is like a revival package, or you can say a booster dose to the economy. We did it. This has been given after 2008 also, but later on, if you remember, service tax has been reduced, okay, to 12% from 14%, and later on it has been changed. But then it has been further changed because of the implementation of GST over there. If you look at this package, then this package simply concentrate on liquidity issue, that is a cash. Whereas at this moment, the problem lies with the demand. People do not have a money. So unless they do not have a money, they are not going to spend it. Okay. And if they do not have a demand, then there is no need to supply. Okay, right. So every supply creates its own demand. So there is no demand, there is no supply. And even though you supply, okay, there is not going to be have enough demand because, okay, people do not have a purchasing power. The other part of the package was related with the land, farmers, labor, and the laws. And government has shifted a slogan from Make in India initiative of 2014 to Self-Reliant India, which has been known as Atmanirbhar Abhiyan of 2020. So this all stimulus package is being to be named as the Atmanirbhar Bharat package. I'll not get into a classification. This has been announced at various time of interval over there. This was being saying that RBI has announced something which has also become a part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan for different sectors. Self-reliant India. These were being the announcement for migrants. Affordable housing, government has made announcement for farmers, for vendors, for job creation, for families, and for MSME sector mudra loans over there. At this point, I would like to say something related with the people who are being to be a part of informal sector, how to identify them. If I'm a street vendor, how to identify? Okay, what will be the legal process or what will be the documentation which will be required, okay, to get that particular type of benefit which has been announced by the government. Okay, again, in the same way, if I'm being a poor person, how government will identify me that I'm being to be a poor? I may be roaming on the street. That also being to be a challenge. For salaried people also, some announcement has been done related with the EPF. For infrastructure sector, a huge announcement has been done. Okay. For financial sector, NBFCs, 45,000 crore credit guarantee has been announced by RBI. Okay. And so on. And for small businesses, okay, 3 lakh crore emergency credit has been announced for MSME. Okay. Here one more question has to ask to ourselves, from where this money will come from? What will be the provisioning over there? Okay, right. Because economists always says resources are being limited. So from where this money will be provisioned, how it will be executed over there. So overall framework of this stimulus package or the what has done by the government or what is being happening in the economy. So one suggested remark can be said, till so far we are being targeting the demand or consumption through the fiscal packages or through the monetary policy. Where we have to focus looking at the complexity of COVID-19 crisis, okay, because it is an interwoven crisis visible on demand as well as supply side. Earlier crises were being demand oriented, but this crisis is being supply oriented. Okay, right. Even though you go and demand something in the market, as government has given you some cash, some benefit, some transfer payment, but you will be able to buy if there is some stock is being to be there, and you will produce if the raw material is being available. Okay, so if you look at the supply side also, then what are being the challenges? The challenges are there among the infected nation. At least for India, China is the largest import source. Okay, if we look at the electronics items, okay, say the automobile parts, especially the pharmaceuticals, we have a lot dependency on China for the raw material for in the pharmaceutical sector. Even though India exports medicine, okay, but still we have a dependency in terms of a raw material. So from where it will come again, unless and until China economy will start gain a momentum, okay, will not be able to get it. And looking at the present hostility in our relations, it may also affect that also. Okay, and unless and until the transportation restrictions also may not be eased out, the supply chain network will not be completely corrected. Okay, so there is a shortage of input for Indian firm to restart their operation. The labors, unless until they will not come back, okay, again there will be a problem into the starting of the business over there. And as we are thinking of to take the advantages, because there is an emotional backlash, okay, there is an economic backlash as well as economic backlash against China. So we want to tap it, and we can tap it by transferring those businesses which would like to come to India. Okay, but we can do it so, okay, but we have to create a positive environment for that, and we can able to leverage this situation, okay, by recovering our economy and by addressing the supply chain issue. Because unless and until our economy will recover, okay, the demand dimension or the demand factor will not be visible to the companies who would like to come to India and would like to start their manufacturing bases over there. So coming on to the conclusion, what would have been our expectation? That there should be a selective lockdown. What the government has already done it, containment zone and non-containment zone, like in that way, and that should discriminate geographically, okay, with respect to the specific industries and specific areas. Okay, the lockdown has been lifted and we are into unlock phase. Okay, so some of the measures are going to come and end. Some of the sectors are going to open. Okay, slowly. Some has already opened. So some of the sectors at this moment they are in a contraction stage. Some of are going into the expansion stage. So this shift will keep on happening from contraction to expansion over there. Production will recover gradually. The demand for non-essential items will remain to be low, or those sectors which we have discussed. Sentiment will remain low. Capacity utilization will also remain to be low. It means that the scale will not be completely utilized over there. Okay, so because this will take some time to investments to pick up, employment and income will revive gradually. Magic is not going to happen as we of thought during the lockdown कि lockdown खत्म होते ही शायद से चीजें normal हो जाएंगी, but वैसा नहीं हुआ. Like I was having this intention कि 68 days के lockdown के बाद में शायद से जब मैं बाहर निकलूंगा तो things will be all right, but this has not happened. This was being our expectation over there. Or some vaccine will be available. This was again a over expectation over there. Okay, so businesses which have exhausted with their working capital or which have failed during the lockdown will not be able to restart their operations immediately. Okay, if they want to, then banks will be shying away to give a loan to them because they have a fear of NPA. Okay, so the health of banks and financial institutions will also be precarious due to the adverse lockdown over there. So with this note, I would like to stop with my presentation. And okay, we have to be optimistic rather than to have a negative sentiment. Okay, rather than to be a negative sentiment. So we hope so that in days to come, the things will become normal for us. Yes, thank you so much. Now, if there are been questions, I am happy to take those questions.
Hemant. Yeah, Hemant sir.
Yeah. Now I request Dr. Rajesh Voite to kindly start the question and answer session.
Yeah, okay. We ask participants if they have any question, please write in chat box. Or any staff they have desire to ask question, please get unmuted and I can ask questions.
Rajesh sir.
Sir.
We have one question in the YouTube.
Sir. Hemant sir, उनका light जाके फिर से आ गया. Is again entering. Please give me 2 minutes. Okay. Sir is on phone. Okay, thank you. Come. हाँ सर, क्वेश्चन क्या है बताइए, तब तक मैं आगे पूछता हूँ उनको.
Mr. Mahesh Joshi. In this current situation, how you predict about capital markets?
Okay, prediction about capital market, right? Yeah. Okay, let's join. Laura sir, please make sir in as he comes. Yeah, other participants, please write in chat box if they have any question. We shall read it.
I think sir is back.
Yeah, Surinder sir, one question is there from the participant. How we are going to predict about the capital market in this situation today? About capital markets, the impact on capital market.
The impact on capital market means basically the stock market only.
Yes.
Okay. So the stock market is not being see at this moment a lot of fluctuation is being visible. Okay, and as you know that nowadays the economies are being globalized. So what happens overnight in USA, that is also going to impact our stock market on the next morning. I don't see it that it's going to be a very good time over there. Yes, but those sectors whose there are going to be revival, okay, which shows a revival, okay, which are going to be keep on operational, okay, which has a better prospect, okay, at least for those shares or in the stock market, there is a good time for those shares over there. Okay, like nowadays telecom companies are doing good on account of the demand for telecom services or for internet over there. So that we can expect the same with the pharma sector over there. Overall, stock market is going to be at a lower side. So I don't see much at this particular moment over there. See, and in the past also, अगर आप stock market को देखें, even though we say it is a barometer of the economy over there, but economy में तो slow down है और stock market है वो higher side पे जा रहा है. तो this was not being logically acceptable. If the economy is being at the slowdown, how come the stock market can go to the higher side? I'll just give one example from the past side. When in the year 2004, in December month, when the tsunami has taken place and it has hit the India also, on the next day after the tsunami, the stock market has gone to the higher side. Okay. In spite of considering the impact of tsunami onto the economy, or at least for that state GDP, okay, say for Tamil Nadu. It's difficult to say, okay, because this is not being controlled by us. Okay, you know that there is being a speculation, and we don't know the sentiment of foreign institutional investors. उनको लगेगा तो इन्वेस्टमेंट कर देंगे, स्टॉक मार्केट चला जाएगा ऊपर. If there is some crisis in their economy or if they find some negative sentiment, okay, they will take away their investment and they will leave the country again stock market.
Yes, since being sensitive. So one more, one more question is there. How can we boost confidence among the consumers? Because as we said, without demand, when the Professor Kirti Mengani has asked this question, how to boost confidence among the consumers, because until the demand is there, no growth.
Yeah, I got the question. Sir, confidence will come with the money only, sir. If you have money, confidence will be there, sentiment will be positive. And second one, if your health is good, again, then your confidence will be on to the higher side in today's time. So only money will not simply act. Your health is also going to be act over there. See, people have a money, but if they do not have a good health, then their sentiment cannot be positive over there. So if you have a job, or if some steps are being taken to give you a job, and if you are getting a money out of this one, then consumer confidence will be on to the higher side. But I'll say see, this is a liquid situation. It's being very fluid. Yes. So sometime our sentiment could be positive, sometime it could be a negative. हो सकता है कल वैक्सीन की न्यूज आ जाए तो हमारा सेंटिमेंट पॉजिटिव हो जाए, हो सकता है कल ज्यादा न्यूज आ जाए तो नेगेटिव हो जाए. Okay, so as we receive the salary, our sentiment will be positive. This one cash side we are have lesser tensions. Okay, but as your BP will fall, then your sentiment will turn out to be negative. So it's the first option, I'll say. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one more question here. The related questions are both about the informal sector and the migration of labor. How what should government do? Because I feel, even it's my I read my questions with it, how the migration problem will be handled, because now we are seeing the people have been migrating to their places. Now who will work here? How the industry will grow? So the question has come like this: what should government do in this case?
Sir, see, these people we know that they are being coming basically from the rural areas. Okay, and in the rural areas now the transmission has gone. Okay, the reason is because of their movement over there. See, agriculture is not being a perennial occupation, we know, and its contribution in the GDP is roughly 15%. Okay, even though it houses more than 45% of the total population, but these people are coming from these sectors only. They may have a realization later on that agriculture, is not giving them income. It is not giving them employment over there. And in those times, looking at the economic conditions of the country and the spread of this disease and the overall health scenario, they may start thinking to go back to their jobs, because this can happen only in short term only. For immediate time, they can stay over there, but how long they will stay? Okay, so sentiment will start changing, but it will take some time. So I feel that for another 1 year, 6 months, it may not happen. Okay, but once people will start moving out, the transportation restrictions will be eased out. Okay, and people will be assured of that they will not get this disease. Okay, then they will start moving out over there. But there is no definite saying about it when this will happen over there. Okay, This problem is with reference to the change of mindset. And migratory labor has a characteristic that it used to come back its home or to the land, okay, after earning some money. तो ये तो migratory labor के साथ में होता हुआ है, ये temporary phase है, permanent phase नहीं है. पहले भी वो यही करता था कि वो अर्बन एरियाज की तरफ जाता था, वो अर्न करता था और वो उसको स्पेंड करने के लिए वापस वो आ जाता था. And the moment he'll start realizing that rural areas are not being a house of good education, good medical facility, they will start moving out. But when? No answer for that.
Yeah. Now we only take two questions, sir, as we are getting short of time. One question has come from Jamia Millia University Research Scholar, I think Miss Manik, someone, Vanikar. She's asking, what is the impact of economic packages on the infrastructure? Announced packages, what will be the impact on infrastructure? And her second question is about what is about the employment of skilled labor. Two questions. Economic impact on infrastructure and second,
I got the question, sir. First impact, infrastructure. See, infrastructure, if you look at the government policy in budget, also 1 lakh crore announcement was being there. Okay. Because whatever we are doing in the economy, it requires infrastructure. If it is being said once upon a time, agriculture is being the backbone, then infrastructure is the vein of the economy. Okay, so we know how useful is vein in our body over there. So creation of roads, okay, making dams, okay, creation of hospitals, they are all being part of the infrastructure over there. But see, infrastructure cannot be erected in a day. It will take some time. The package has been announced, but yes, as it is going to be a labor intensive, so it will provide jobs, but थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा, क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक्स में क्या है, देखिए कोई भी चीज को ट्रांसमिट होने में टाइम लगता है. ट्रांसमिट होने में कैसा है, जैसे एनर्जी फ्लो है, कोई चीज है, आपने मेटल की कोई चीज दी और उसको आग में रख दिया, तो उसको गर्म होने में टाइम लगेगा, उसको लास्ट एंड तक होने में टाइम में जाने में टाइम लगेगा. ओके, राइट. तो वैसे ही देयर इज अ ट्रांसमिशन मैकेनिज्म, इट विल टेक सम टाइम. सो आई सी अ गुड टाइम फॉर द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे पहले से भी गवर्नमेंट का फोकस रहा है, ये कोई नया एरिया नहीं है. उन्होंने खाली अपनी स्पेंडिंग बढ़ा दी है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ऑलरेडी स्पेंडिंग कर रही थी इस सेक्टर में, एंड इट इज बीइंग टू बी अ जॉब क्रिएटिंग सेक्टर. नंबर 1. Number 2, about the skilled labor. Okay, skilled labor, as they are being to be a part of more of organized sector. Organized sector, okay, it belongs to the large business houses or to the government. Okay, right. So they have, I'll say, more good time over there. The only thing is that now everyone has to learn skills. Okay, skills which is being required, okay, to remain in that particular job. Okay, so if my employer asks me to do certain courses, I have to do it. If my employer asks me to deliver the class in this particular mode, then I have to do it over there. Okay, so that is being expected. I hope I have answered. Yes. Any other?
Any other? Some are there. Achha, someone is asking, can we get PPT?
Yes, sir. Why not? This
yeah,
is
yeah.
not
Then you,
copyright.
yeah. You share with me. I shall send
I'll
to that.
definitely. In fact, there are being certain changes which I would not be able to look up in this particular PPT. Change in system. So that will be more integrated. I'll share that latest one.
Okay, okay. Hemant sir, you can.
Rajesh sir, one last question from YouTube. I have seen one question.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Anup John.
Yes, sir.
We know that the consumers are in a poor state in the current situation, but we also see the prices increase in many commodities. For example, petrol. What will be your comment on this, sir? How is that? How can the consumer, how can a demand be created in such a situation?
Okay, sir. This is a good question, I'll say. See, prices are being rising on account of this supply chain issue. क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है, being a consumer, I visit to a market, but the goods are not available or the stocks are already exhausted. पीछे से रॉ मटेरियल नहीं है, रॉ मटेरियल है तो लेबर नहीं है, लेबर है बना रहे हो तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन नहीं है, टाइम लग रहा है. तो ये जो मोमेंटम सर जो 68 डेज रुका है, इसको ठीक होने में टाइम लगेगा. वी हैव टू गिव सम टाइम. सो एटलीस्ट जितने दिन रुका है उसको उतने दिन तो देने पड़ेंगे उसको सही होने में. In spite of this fact that there are being still some restrictions which are being there into the country, especially the movement restrictions are being to be there. पहली बात सर. दूसरी बात सर, ये जो प्राइस बढ़ने का कारण है, it may be, as I said it, कि non availability of goods, hoarding, profiteering, it can be on account of this one or due to the supply issues over there. Oil की अगर हम बात करें, उस पे we know कि that actually सर इकोनॉमिक कॉन्टेक्स्ट के अंदर बात करें, So oil has an inelastic demand. 60 days टाइम के अंदर ऑयल की डिमांड कम थी, तो जो ऑयल कंपनीज वो इतना प्रॉफिट ले नहीं पाई हैं, गवर्नमेंट भी उतना प्रॉफिट ले नहीं पाई इंपोर्ट ड्यूटीज और एक्साइज ड्यूटी से, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट उस पर वैट लगा के उतना बेनिफिट नहीं ले पाई. Okay, so now they want to take out the benefit in the form of the revenue because their tax collection has fallen. Therefore, when the liquor shops has been opened up, certain governments, state governments, they have raised the taxes onto this one. Because the reason is that कि जो लोग डेफिनेटली खरीदेंगे जाके उसी पे आप टैक्स लगा सकते हो, जो मैं खरीद ही नहीं सकता उस पर टैक्स लगा देंगे भी तो मैं तो उससे कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. So you have to tap such goods which has an inelastic demand. People are going to do it. People are going to fill the petrol, and this acts as a source of revenue. If government doesn't have a earning, how it will spend it? If you are being to be a state or central government employee, how government is going to pay you? जितना ज्यादा लेट फ्लो होगा गवर्नमेंट के पास में कैश का, उतना ही ज्यादा लेट सैलरी होगी, उतना ही ज्यादा लेट स्पेंडिंग होगा. आर वी रेडी फॉर दिस? ओके, सो इट इज अ स्वीट टाइप ऑफ अ टैक्स, वी शुड एक्सेप्ट इट. ओके, यस सर, आई होप आई हैव आंसर्ड इट.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Shall we end the question and answer session, sir? Rajesh, sir?
Yeah, because we are now raining started heavily here,
Okay.
and time is okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful session, and also the question and answer session where you have taken pains to answer the questions raised by our participants and our colleagues. Now I request my colleague, Professor Geeta, in fact, Kirti Mehnani, to propose a formal vote of thanks. Over to you, Kirti Mehnani.
Yeah, Geeta madam.
Madam,
Geeta, unmute yourself. Geeta, Kirti madam, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah. Now,
audible?
yes, audible.
Thank you very much, sir. Myself, Kirti Mengani from Department of Commerce, take the privilege to present a vote of thanks for the today's webinar. I must say the webinar was excellent. Special sincere thanks to the resource person, Dr. Surendra Singh Nehra, sir, because throughout the webinar, I was observing that whatever we started from the month of March to read the newspaper till today, all updates were there in his session. Sir started the session with the PPT presentation so that the participant along with the words they can see the PPT and get more in depth of the subjects. Sir session was much structured. It was having a lot of data, table or the chart flow so that the participant can understand very easily. He explained very well that how in a global economy every country is suffering in own way and India is not optional. But one thing is there that there is a no standard solution for this problem because every country is having their own characteristic. So the India also trying to come out with the solution, but solution itself is going to take a time because we have to see the impact of these solution. Then again we have to revive it, we have to change it. Sir very well explained the connection between all the components of the economy, how from the household we are affecting to the government and how the government itself is affecting to the household. So connection is there and connection has a consequences. Sir very well said that it will take a time to come out with this solution because most of the people have the thought ki why the government is not giving the solution. Take example when the government came with the decision that let open the liquid shops. So immediately on the social media the people started to give their opinion कि शराब के खाने तो खोल दिए, मंदिर मस्जिद तो नहीं खोला. But now we have to understand the government has to generate the income because without the income the government cannot help to improve the health sector or they can help to the people by providing the different type of the financial stimulants. So from the bottom of the heart, sir, we are very thankful for your such a detailed presentation I think that people, even though who are not from the field of the economy, they understood all the concept very well, that how we are connected to our economy and how the economy is having effect on our daily lives. So we are very thankful to sir for spending your precious time. I'm also very thankful to our principal sir for giving all his support to conduct this webinar. I'm also thankful to our IQAC convener, Professor Hemant Kumar sir, for all his logistic support. I'm thankful to Lakrawala sir. All the time he is a present so that the session should go without any technical interpretation. I'm very thankful to Rajesh Boita sir, who is the chairman of Seminar and Conference Committee and who took the initiative to contact you and to organize such a beautiful session. I'm thankful to our management who always stand with us in all the situation to upgrade our skill. I'm thankful especially to the participant because without their participation, we cannot conduct any such type of webinar. Thank you for with us, for your patience listening and for raising a question. And thank you to one and all who were with us in this webinar to conduct this successfully. Thank you to each and everyone from the bottom of the hearts.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Rajesh sir,
हाँ sir.
there have been questions on about the feedback form. People are
Yeah.
interested more in feedback form.
Yeah. Immediately as the session gets over, we shall send you feedback form.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But I hope participants must have enriched themselves. It was a fantastic session, informative. Don't worry, we shall send you immediately the feedback link. Thank you very much.
Within 2 minutes, I'll send you the PPT, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. As you send me, I shall forward them.
Surendra sir, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you with us today. We are really grateful to you, and we are looking for the next opportunity where we'll have you once again with us. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all the participants. Now we officially close the meeting.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You can close the meeting, sir.
Ending the meeting officially.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakrawala sir, and all everyone. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much. I'm really grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.